Good morning and welcome to another episode of Pep's Corner. Today we will continue our book, Plant Cells. We will be reading from pages 14 through 21. Our focus is posted on the screen. Again, our focus is our purpose and intention for reading. So make sure you have your book in hand and are actively following along and reading. Remember, boys and girls, to reread a second time for comprehension. Let's begin. Page 14. How do plant cells use water? Plants need water, but what kind of water and how much? Plants contain much more water than animals. Fruits and vegetables are made up of about 75% to 96% water, while humans are made up of about 60% water on average throughout a lifetime. Water has several functions in plant cells. Water carries nutrients to the cells. Chloroplasts and leaves and stems use oxygen from water to make food. Water fills the central vacuole, which helps support a plant's trunk or stem. Without water, plants wilt. Plants and water. Plants get water through their roots. Too little water, such as during a drought, causes plant cells to shrivel up and die. Thirsty plants do not produce fruit or seeds. Too much water is bad, as too little water, roots rot in the soil and young leaves turn brown. Overwatered plants do not produce new growth. Plant cells need to breathe. They take in carbon dioxide during the day and oxygen at night. When there is too much water, the cells cannot take in needed gases and plants suffocate. Plants in desert environments. Plants use water in different ways depending on their environment. For example, hundreds of different cacti means more than one cactus, thrive in hot, dry deserts. In the desert, a cactus makes do with very little water. When it does rain, cacti cells soak up and store as much water as possible. Their roots get water from the soil. The cactus's skin stretches to hold the extra water. Dermal cells on the cactus form a thick, waxy layer. They prevent water from escaping, so the cactus loses very little water throughout its outer surface. The cactus slowly uses the water, shrinking in size until the next big rain. Plants in ocean environments. Giant kelp, a type of seaweed, sway in ocean currents. Kelp, like other seaweeds, live in saltwater seas. Kelp cells do not form tissues to carry water as a tree does. They are surrounded by and take in water directly as it is needed. They have adapted to life in salt water, which would kill most plants. They use the minerals in salt water to survive. Plants in rainforest environments. Deep in the rainforest, hundreds of varieties of fig plants spread their broad leaves toward the patchy sunlight that sifts through the canopy overhead. Figs and other rainforest plants get rained on almost daily. Rainforest plants adapt to getting so much water. It is important to look at the entire rainforest ecosystem, organisms, and other environment to see how the plants deal with such heavy rainfall. In rainforests, rates of evaporation, which are loss of water as a gas, are high, and water vapor makes the air sticky with humidity. Some plants get all the water they need from the water vapor in the air. Rainforests have dense plant life, which allows many plants to share the available water. Plants take in water through their roots quickly, move that water through their systems. They get rid of the water through transpiration. Transpiration is the process that allows plants to release water vapor through small pores in their leaves. Many plants have broad leaves, which allow for high rates of transpiration. As these examples show, plant cells in different environments take in, use, and get rid of excess water differently. How do plant cells make food? Plants absorb nutrients through their pores. The nutrients are dissolved in water and sucked up through the complex root system. Nutrient-rich water travels from cell to cell, through the stem to the leaves, flowers, and fruit. Just as with humans, the better the nutrition they receive, the faster and stronger plants grow. Photosynthesis. Green plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place in the leaves of green plants. The process combines three activities. First, the plant breathes in carbon dioxide from the air. At the same time, chlorophyll in the chloroplast collects sunlight. Water is also sucked up through the roots. Once the main ingredients are present, the chemical process begins. Photosynthesis is chemistry in action. When the sun shines, plants remove hydrogen atoms, smallest unit, from the water, H2O molecules, atoms bonded together. They also remove carbon atoms from carbon dioxide, CO2 molecules. 6 water molecules combine with 6 carbon dioxide molecules to make glucose, C6H12O6. That leaves 6 molecules of oxygen as waste products. See the diagram at the top of page 19. Producing seeds. Glucose provides plants with energy they need to grow. In the beginning, plant energy is used to produce longer, stronger stems and more leaves. As plants mature, they use energy to produce fruit seeds and nuts. In nature, most plants produce seeds. The number of seeds a plant makes is determined by the plant's DNA. Plant cells know to produce a few seeds, for example, coconuts, hundreds of seeds, for example, cucumbers, or thousands of seeds, for example, saguaro cacti. The number of seeds depends on how difficult it is to make new plants. For example, the odds that coconuts will produce new palm trees are fairly high, but the odds that a saguaro cactus will grow from seed to adulthood are very small. Poor growing conditions. What happens when there is not enough water or sunlight for photosynthesis to occur? Plants are sensitive to the conditions surrounding them. If there is no sunlight or there are too few nutrients for good health, plants do not produce fruit, vegetables, seeds, or nuts. Do all plants get food through photosynthesis? Not all plants live by absorbing nutrients or making their own food. Some plants eat meat. Yep. Plants do eat meat, boys and girls, some of them. Carnivores, meat-eating plants, including sundews, pitcher plants, and Venus flytraps. These plants evolved or developed over time to eat meat because they grew in poor, sandy soil. The plants needed added nutrients in their diets, and they got these nutrients by eating insects. Meat-eating plants have